as always on the couch. I've got Tony Laura, stop this way, Shane,
Hello.
Cal and
Hello.
G-Man. So we're going to start by taking a look at the Sunday papers today. Now, has it just been a slow news day, or are they kind of telling us stories while something else is going on? Let's start with you, Tony. It's the mail you've got.
Yeah, well, you talk about decent stories. I had to get to page 38 to find something fairly interesting, to be honest. And there's a guy here who is an old Harrovian, multi-millionaire, with a wife, 2 girlfriends. Now is the toast of California. He believes he's cracked the biological code, and he thinks through therapies. There should be no reason why we shouldn't live to the age of 500, 1,000, or even 5,000 years of age.
That's biblical. Is that biblical numbers? Bible numbers?
Some of them are.
990. How was the oldest man in the Bible?
Methuselah. It was 900 and something recorded. But how old is this guy?
This guy's 50. Yeah, he's 51.
There you are.
Yeah.
So the proof in the pie will be in the eating. Yes.
Where he gets to.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the problem you've got with us, we all want the next best thing. You know, there's a story where some of these well-known companies use the ingredients of aborted babies for creams and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we have to always listen to stories like this with a pinch of salt. The guy looks at the business. He's, morally, he's got very strange ethics. So if we don't like the morals of a person, we should actually reject their opinions. That's my opinion.
Well, the guy's got a anti-aging institute, and the boss of PayPal has just donated £2.5 million to it.
Why?
Now, the message within the message, why
Yeah.
and what's in it, and why would this guy get rid of £2.5 million to put into that?
Are they selling us not a myth? Yeah, a myth. Something that's not real.
As we get nearer
Fancy.
and nearer to the world evolving into the next stage of it, people like him, I was going to use the word idiots, but I think that's too judgmental. So what I'll say is fools like him, delusional fools like him, I think that's right, bro, will always come to the forefront, because people want to believe in a God-type being without worshipping a God-type being. So you can actually, be part of this and get all the benefits, they hope, without really committing yourself to anything. Yeah, I can't imagine him living to another 7 years. But hey,
That's the mail, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Well, why don't we move on? What paper you got, Shane?
I've got the Mirror. And my story is on page 7. It's controversial Liverpool star Raheem Sterling.
Wow.
The headline's obviously controversial. I don't know if he's done anything controversial in his 3-year career that he's had. Really, I don't believe that he has, apart from play extremely well for Liverpool. But he's been taking a puff on a sheesh pipe. I'm not sure if that's illegal or not. I don't believe that it is.
No.
But it's made the papers. It just seems to me that the press are after Raheem Sterling at an age of 20 years old.
So young.
I find it frightening that this country cries out for talent, and when we find it, we build them up and then knock them down as quickly as possible. And it seems to me they're after Raheem Sterling, and
But wasn't he in the paper a couple of weeks ago for a really good thing that he turned down a deal?
that's not good.
No, but he was saying it's not just about the money. Was it 100,000?
100 grand.
it's 100. Yeah, I mean, he's turned down 100 grand, and the papers are saying reportedly he's asking for 180 grand.
Oh, so it wasn't like he turned it down because it was too much.
No, but the thing is, you see, it's irrelevant what money he's turning. I'm sure when you get to 100 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, it's all the same. It amounts to the same.
So how can he says, I'm not a money-grabbing 20-year-old.
20. Oh,
That's what he says.
That's what. Well, he's got
But he
2
wants
years.
more.
He's got 2 years after his contract. As a football player, you have, if you're lucky, you have a sell-by date. The start of your career, the end of your career. By the time you get to the middle, which you're peaking, you have to make as much money as you can. Once you hit your peak, your earning goes down. Raheem Sterling is what's called a match winner. He's going to be worth millions and millions and millions, and he knows that. He's come out and said that he wants to win medals. He said if Liverpool would have offered him the contract last season, when Liverpool could have won the Premiership, he would have bitten the hand off, but they never did. So now the boot's on the other foot. He's in the driving seat, and he's not doing nothing that he's not allowed to do. You know, so he's doing everything right in my. Going back to this, you know, again, they're just after him. They're after
Well, I like this.
Why? Why are they after him, Shane?
I don't know why. It's just the media in this country. We seem to not just sports stars, but anyone. We build them up and build them up, and then once they get to a certain level where we allow them to get to, we want to knock them down. You know, and this country cries out for talent. We get it, and then we do this to it. You do this to that. You know, it's wrong.
I think it's even going back to when Balotelli came back to the country. He obviously played for Liverpool. A certain paper actually assigned one person to follow Balotelli around every minute of every day, just to get some sort of stories on him. And obviously the stories when he was here with Man City, where he goes shopping for his food and comes back with a surfboard and an iron board and all stuff like that, you know. And then he'll drive up to a petrol station, put his petrol in and pay for everybody else's. That's what people want, you know. And I think
Is it what people want though? Is it what we're being fed? Which is how we started.
when that came out about Sterling on the Sunday, there's a programme on Sky TV where the paper guys sit around the table, and I didn't agree with what they were saying. They were saying he's money grabbing, but he's not. What he's actually said is, I don't speak to you now, we'll speak in the summer, which is really, because you don't want to be talking about a contract in the middle of a season, because if you do, then you don't play well, it's distracting, you see. And the guy, I mean, Liverpool are saying he's the most talented teenager in the world. They're saying he's worth £50 million. So you can't pay him what a £50 million worth player is. And what the press want to do is then have the public turn against them.
Yeah.
They want, that's what it is, and that's why it's always been. I mean, the News of the World followed Gary Lineker around for years and years and years and years, and they couldn't get anything on him.
Well, he's clean as a whistle, isn't he?
Yeah.
To be honest, you know, I don't think he even got a yellow card, did he, while he was playing?
He never got a
Yeah.
yellow card. No. But there's like people like there was Gaza, and obviously right through the year, anybody that could get any dirt on, they would have.
Well, let's be honest. Look at the subheading on this. It says it's quite sensational. Cop star Raheem smokes shisha pipe that's as strong as 200 cigarettes. Now, if you try smoking 20 cigarettes a night, I used to smoke 20 cigarettes in a night in the game of snooker, and I wasn't even smoking all 20 because half the time it would be on the side of the table. But if you got for a pack of 20, you'd feel it the next day, right? And they're making out this is 200. Listen, if he smoked that and it was an equivalent of 200 cigarettes, he ain't running around the pitch the next week, is he? Let's be honest. But I'll give you a bit of insight. We got a system at work which is called Surf Control, and it looks at what people look at on the internet.
Oh dear.
We use it for vetting basically, so to make sure, because it has happened in the NHS where people have gone into paedophilia sites, etc. like that, pornographic sites. So we monitor. Now, do you know what the most viewed website is? Apart from Facebook?
Twitter.
No, it's the Daily Mail.
Oh.
And the Daily Mail I would never class as a newspaper. It's more like a Hello magazine, because it's just about celebrity, sensationalism, showbiz, rubbish. Yeah? But it just shows you what the public is attracted to, what they buy and what they follow.
The thing about the Mail, it's not defending them, but the thing about the Mail online is if I'm looking for a story, they have headlines. So literally, they will tell the story in 4 lines.
Yeah.
And so somebody will think they know the whole story because they've read they have 4 headlines, and then that's it.
Yeah, but if you go on the Mail online and then you look at the side column, you don't
then you
actually
get all the rubbish. Yes.
You don't. That's the side column is where everybody goes, because
Yeah.
we see where you go on the website,
Oh.
and it's a side column, and we're talking probably 30,000 users.
Wow.
80% of it is on the Daily Mail.
That's
So this shows you what the public actually want to read. You will very rarely see anybody going to the Times, the Telegraph, or something like that. Very, very rare. So it just shows you what the public actually want to read about and what they want to. So these stories are what we want to buy and what we want to read. Because they wouldn't be printing papers like that unless we wanted them type of stories.
But is it because we've been fed it so much? If we,
No, because I've been fed it all the time, but I don't want to read it.
yeah.
But the other thing is, I think you mentioned it in one of the weeks, this is yesterday's news.
Yeah.
And we're paying money for today for yesterday's news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's chip paper today, isn't it? Let's be honest. And that's what it's ever going to be.
Let's round it off then, G, with a story from yourself, even though it was yesterday's news.
Well,
Last week's news.
I've changed the story that I originally was going to talk about, and it says, "Is this proof?" This is also from the well-read Mail. Is this the proof megalomaniac Blair does want to rule the world? And what he's trying to do is get a group of ex-leaders to come together and be advisors to governments and other countries in the world. Now, the thing what you got with Tony Blair, I was listening to a report last week, and it was saying that Tony Blair is now wanting to get back onto the world political stage. Political stage. And the sad thing is, the person doing the story clearly couldn't speak as well as me, but also they weren't aware he's never left it. This is the man, like I said, when he left British politics, he's the man that works for an organisation called the Quartet. They've divided the world into quarters. He's the emissaries for it. He's also the first British Prime Minister to have changed his religion from Protestant to Catholic. This is not a man that wants to step off the seat. This is a man that wants to increase his seat of power. So this is now, what day are we talking, what day today?
Sunday the 12th.
Sunday the 12th.
Of April.
Sunday the 12th of April 2015. They are saying today that he wants to be in control. He wants to be in control for 20 odd years. When he joined the Bilderberg group in 1994, 93. So from then to now, he has power and he's not changing. And they've got the agenda. And we need to understand the agenda as opposed to giving Raheem Sterling a hard time. They need to understand what this man's about.
What is the agenda?
Control the world, depopulation. When you think about depopulation, it's not about bringing their numbers down, it's bringing our numbers down. They are the few, they want to kill the many. Nothing changed.
The Georgia Guidestones actually lead you to that. They're in America, nobody knows who actually put them there. They're in 8 different languages. There's stones that tell you that we need to bring nature, the population of the world, in harmony with nature and bring it down to 500 million. So that would be 6 billion people erased off the planet Earth to bring it in harmony. But one thing I must say to you is, every time I fly in an airplane over different countries, I see masses of land which aren't even populated. So don't get into the myth of thinking that we're overpopulated. We're far from it. I think we could probably go for another 500-600 years before we're even slightly overpopulated. You know, they reckon that if you put everybody together on this planet in one place, we can all fit into New Zealand.
More stories, more information.